Welcome to the class Consumer Protection Act 2019. In this video, today we are going to discuss only the objectives of the Act. Okay, in the coming videos, we will discuss the other parts of the Act. So, in this video, we are going to discuss what are the objectives of Consumer Protection Act 2019. Let's see. Yes. Basically, the objective stated in the Act in 2019 Consumer Protection Act is to provide an opportunity or to establish a system by which there is speedy disposal of consumer complaints, because the Act got repealed. 1986 Act got repealed and a new Act came in 2019. Considering the situation in India, a lot of complaints related to consumer disputes were pending before the so-called consumer protection redressal agencies, irrespective of the fact that the Act has a mandate that it has to be disposed of within 2 years. Irrespective of that, cases got piled up in various consumer protection redressal agencies. So the very objective of enacting a Consumer Protection Act could not be fruitful. So this act had that purpose in mind. This act had that purpose in mind that we need to develop a system. We need to develop mechanism so that we can have a speedy recovery. We can have a speedy disposal of the consumer complaints, and therefore the Act also says that we need to establish a mechanism of alternate dispute resolution for consumer complaints. Okay, so the first objective definitely for a Consumer Protection Act is to protect the consumers against the sale of hazardous goods. Okay, then at the same time, the Act wants to protect the right of consumers, that they have a right to be informed. To be informed about what? Yes, to be informed about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard and the price of goods. All this information should come to the consumer so that the consumer is able to choose wisely. So the another right is that the consumer should be given an access to goods, variety of goods at competitive price, because right to choose is the best freedom you can give to anyone, and consumer deserves that right. Okay. At the same time, if you have any problem, if you are facing any problem related to your consumption of the goods or the services, you should have an agency where you can seek redressal. So that is also another right. And the Act, as I told you in the beginning, wants to appoint authorities in such a way that there is timely settlement of disputes. So as many consumer courts as possible, as many authorities as possible, the purpose or the objective is to settle disputes as early as possible. And as I told you before, these things happen only when the consumer is truly aware of his or her rights, and therefore consumer education is very much a part of consumer protection. And therefore, this Act wants to have a dispute resolution mechanism through alternative dispute resolutions such as negotiations, conciliations, etc. Arbitrations, negotiations and conciliations are inevitable in order to settle disputes without much delay. Okay, so we have discussed just now only about the objectives of Consumer Protection Act. The other part of the Act we will discuss in the coming videos. If you have any doubts, if you need any clarification, please make use of my comment box. I'll be very happy to help.